Welcome friends. Today we are going to discuss a very important topic in board's ICSE, that is arithmetic progression. Arithmetic progression is the most talked about topic. So let us start. What is progression? What is a progression? A progression is nothing but addition of numbers or multiplication of numbers. So progression can be of two types, arithmetic or geometric progression. This particular topic is about arithmetic progression. Now what is arithmetic progression? Well, arithmetic progression is adding up of number to every term. It is a series. Okay. Take for example, let us take a number 2. Now, if we keep on adding a constant number to this term, like 2, like let us add 5 to each of the terms. So it becomes 7. Now, I again add 5 to this preceding term and I get 12. I again add 5 to the last term, preceding term, and I get 17. And I continue so on and I get what? 17, the next term 17 plus 5, which equals 22, and so on and so on. So as you can see, the series hence formed is 2, 7, 12, 17, 22, and so on. Okay, so this series is called arithmetic progression. This series is called arithmetic progression. The arithmetic progression has two main identities. Two main identities. What are they? Well, arithmetic progression can be identified by two things. Number one is first term. It can be identified by the first term. Okay, and the second is its common difference. Common difference. Common difference. What is the common difference? It is basically the constant number. Here in the example, it is 5. We were adding constantly 5 to each of the term and getting the next term. So that is the common difference. Then what is the first term? Well, the first term by its name is the first most term. That is the 2. Here it is denoted by A. So the AP reduces becomes a series. If we talk about the formula, like AP becomes A, the first term is A, the second term is A plus D, the third term is A plus D and a D, which becomes A plus 2D, and then A plus D plus 2D was the previous term, and then we add again D and it becomes A plus 3D, and the next term is A plus 4D, and the next A plus 5D, and so on. Okay, so the series is A plus D, A plus 2D, A plus 3D, and so on. That is the series. This is the arithmetic progression, in short AP. Well, now we can see one thing. We have to formulate the nth term of the AP. We have to find out nth term of the AP. In order to do that, we have to observe a simple thing. The first term is, this is the first term, it is A. The second term is A plus D, second term. The third term is A plus 2D, third term. And the fourth term is A plus 3D, that was the fourth term. Now notice one thing, notice one very important thing. If it is the second term, I mean 2th term, then you will see 1 into D. If I see third term, you will see 1, you subtract 1 from the rank of that term and you get that number into D added by 1A. If this is 4, then it will be A plus 3D. Continuing in this manner, we can say the nth term of a AP denoted by Tn is nothing but A plus n minus 1 into D. We can say that, isn't it? So we can say the nth term of a AP, this is the formula, nth term of AP denoted by Tn or sometimes capital Tn also. So it is nothing but A plus n minus 1 into D, where A is the first term, and D is the common difference, is the common difference. Okay. Now we will see further. So mm, now we will see the sum of AP up to a certain term. This is the first formula you should remember. Now the sum. The sum of the first term of AP is of the form n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. This is the formula of the first n terms and their sum. The sum of the first n terms of AP. This is nothing but the sum of the first n terms of the AP. Sum of first n terms. Okay. Now that is the first sum of the first n terms of the AP. Now there is another formula, and in order to know that, we have to find out the last term. Well, I did not talk about the last term. Let us talk about the last term now. If I write the AP as A plus D, A plus 2D, A plus 3 and so on, then I can see the last term as A plus n minus 1 into D for some n. I can denote that last term by the name L, by the name L, L, the last term denoted by L. Okay. Now if I say, see this, observe this, this is A plus n minus 1 into D, that is the last term. So the sum of the nth term becomes, as I wrote previously, it was what? A plus n by 2 within bracket 2a plus n minus 1 into D. I have to break the inner side and it becomes, there is a 2a, so I say a plus n minus 1 into D. Now I put this a plus n minus 1 into D within bracket because we know that thing. So it becomes basically a plus n by 2 remains a plus, this is L, right? This is L, so we can say L. So as you can see, this is another formula of the sum of the first nth term of AP. We will uh, slowly see which formula is flexible. We will use that. So let us write the formulas of AP over again. The AP looks like this. First of all, let me write. AP looks like this. The first term is A, and you go on N, D, which is the common difference to every term, and so on. A plus 3D and so on. Now the nth term Tn is given by A plus n minus 1 into D, and the sum of the first nth term of the AP have two formulas. One is n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into D. This was one formula, and the other formula was Sn equals n by 2 a plus L. This was the second formula. Now, if we know what is n, if we know what is the first term A and the D, then we will use this formula. But if we know the n, the first term and the last term, but we don't know what is D, we don't know what is D, then we will use this term. Okay. Now let us go to some questions to solve AP. The first question is like this. Let me first write the first question. First question is find the AP whose whose nth nth term is 7 minus 3n. 7 minus n. Now let us see. Here the nth term, that is denoted an nth term, that is denoted by Tn, is nothing but given by this 7 minus 3n. So in order to find the first term, because I see, in order to find what is the AP, we need to know two things. One is the first term. If you know the first term, well and good. Then the second thing you should know is the common difference D. If we can understand, if we can know the two things, we actually know about the whole AP. So here I am going to find out the first term, which is A. That is that nothing but T1. If you replace n with 1, that is T1. So it will be 7 minus 3 into 1. That is 7 minus 3, which is 4. Now I find the second term, that is the T2. You may ask why I am going to find out the second term. Well, you will see. The second term is T2. How do I find it? I simply replace the n with 2, where n is 2. Now that becomes 7 minus 3 into 2, which is 7 minus 6, which is 1. Now I found this thing to find a D, common difference D. Common difference D, which is nothing but a term subtracted. You subtract the a term from its next term, like T2 minus T1. You can also write it as T3 minus T2, or simply Tn minus Tn minus 1. I know these two things, these two terms. That is why I am using these two terms. Now I know what is T2 and I also know what is T1. Here T2 is T2 is what? T2 is 1 minus what was T1, that was 4. That is, it becomes 1 minus 4, which is minus 3. So here you can see the common difference is minus 3. Now you know the two things. The first term, which was what? What was the first term? The first term was 4, and the common difference was minus 3. So the AP is 1. No, it will be 4. The first term was 4. Then the second term will be 4 and added by a D, that is minus 3 here in this case. And then 4 plus 2 into minus 3, which is D, and so on. If you write the first three terms and give a dot dot dot, then it will be fine. So it basically means the AP is 4 comma 1. Then what is this? Minus 3 into 2, minus 6. 4 minus 6 is minus 2, so it's minus 2, and so on. So this is how you find the AP if the nth term is given in terms of n. Now let us see a few more examples. Well, uh, let me add a new page. Now let's go to the new page. Now see, what is the question? The question is, which term of the AP is 78, and and let me write down the given AP. The AP is 3 comma 8 comma 13 comma 18 comma dot dot dot, and so on. Now we have to find out which term of this AP is 78. So as you can see here the first term, here the first term A is nothing but 3. Now in order to find the common difference common difference B, we have to subtract any term from the previous term. We can take like T3 minus T1. Here T3 is 13 and T2 is 8. So it becomes 13 minus 8, and that is 5. So you can understand that the common difference is 5. Now we have to find out which term of the AP is 78. Well, let us assume first of all. Let let 78 be the kth term kth term of the AP. Kth term of the AP. So then the kth term of the AP is being given by Tk equals A plus n minus 1 into D, right? Now that will be, what is A? What is A? A is 3 and common difference is D. So A is 3 and the common difference is D, 5, and that will be n minus 1. So if I write this is the kth term, and I have to replace this n with k because it is the kth term, not the nth term. Well, in that case, in that case, 3 plus k minus 1 into d, that is 5, is 78, because we know the kth term is 78. So we have to find it out from here. So k minus 1 into 5 equals 78 minus 3. So k minus 1 into 5 equals 75, which gives k minus 1 equals 75 by 5, that is, if we reduce them, 5 ones are 5, 5 fives are 25. So we can see here the k minus 1 is 15. This gives k equals 15 plus 1 equals 16. So we can conclude that 78 is the 16th term 16th term of the given AP, given arithmetic progression, which is our answer. Well, let us do another sum in a new page. That will be given. Let me first write the question over here. Question is, uh, find the 31st term of an AP whose whose 11th term is 38, and the sixth term is 73. Now we have to solve this particular problem. Let me reduce the, the size of the picture. So see here, the 31st term is given. No, we have to find out the 31st term. Now the 11th term is 38 and the 6th term is 73. So given the 11th term, that is the T11, is 38. and the sixth term, which is T6, equals 73. So since we don't know the first term and the common difference, what we do is that we assume the first term and the common difference. So let the first term, let the let the first term be A and common difference be D. Then T11 is nothing but A plus 10D. Remember the formula? Remember the formula that Tn equals A plus n minus 1 into D. So we are using this one over here, and that is 38. What is 38? So we can write A plus 10D equals 38. This is the first equation that is formed. Now we will form another equation with this T6. So we can say T6 is nothing but, according to this formula, T6 is A plus 5D, A plus 5D, and it is given 73 over here. So A plus 5D equals 73. This is the second equation that is formed. Now we will solve these two equations and find the values of A and D first. Then can we find out the 31st term. So let's solve this. In order to solve it, we first need to write the two formulas one by one. A plus 10D is 38 and A plus 5D is 73. These are the two equations we have in our hand. Now, if we subtract 2 from equation 1, then A plus 10D is 38 and A plus 5D is 73. We are subtracting. So we are basically doing this thing. We are changing the signs and this A gets cancelled. This A gets cancelled, isn't it? Now this remains as 5D and this is 5. No, it's not 5, right? What will it be? It will be 73 minus 38. Then it is a 5 and 4, 35 and a minus 35. It will be minus 35, isn't it? So this gives us D equals minus 35 by 5 equals minus 7. So we have found out the the value of D. Now we find out the value of A by substituting the value of D in one of the equations. A plus 10D is 38. Putting D, putting D, the value of D, that is minus 7 here. A plus minus 7 into 10 equals 38. This gives 38 plus 70, that is 108. So we have now found out the first term also, which is 108, and the D was minus 7. So now we have found out whichever we require to find the 31st term, isn't it? Now we find that out. How? See, the 31st term, 31st term of the AP is nothing but, again, given by the formula Tn, which is Tn equals A plus n minus 1 into D. So that is A plus 30 into D, because here n minus 1 becomes 30 and we know the value of A, which is 108, and 30D, D means minus 7. Now this reduces to what? 108 minus 210. What is it? 108 minus 210. So 210 minus 108 we will subtract. So it's 2. So it's 102. The answer is 102. This is our answer. This is the first term of the given AP. Now let us move on to another sum. Let us move on to another sum. Let us write the question. The question is, if the eighth term of an AP is 0, 0, prove that the 38th term is treble, is treble the 80th term. We have to prove that. It is given that the eighth term of a AP is 0 and nothing more is given. So let us see. This is a very interesting sum. So first of all, we don't know what is the first term and the common difference. So we assume, like previously we assume, let the first term, first term be A and the common difference, common difference be D. In that case, if the eighth term is 0, then the T8 is 0. That is what we denote eighth term by. This implies A plus 7D equals 0. This is the equation that is found. We have only one equation. We have to find out the other. We have to find out the whole sum from this one single equation. Now I can do like this. I can write like this. A equals minus 7D. Okay. Or we can also write D equals A by minus 7. Whichever suits, we write that. Now we have to find out the 38th term. So 38th term is nothing but T38. It is A plus 37D, because again we are using the same formula, Tn equals A plus n minus 1 into D. Now that is, what is the 38th term? Is the first term. What is the first term over here? We don't know that. We are putting that 7D from here, A equals 7D, we found that out. So and that is 37D, so that is nothing but 30D. So we see over here that the 38th term, that is T38, T38, that is 38th term is 30D. Now we find out the uh, 18th term. So the 18th term, that is T18, is nothing but A plus 17D, A plus 17D, and that is, what is the first term? The first term here we don't know that, so we will basically replace by minus 7D again from here. So minus 7D plus 17D becomes 10D. It becomes 10D, isn't it? It becomes 10D. So isn't the 30th term is 3 times 10D? We can't we write? Yes, we can, absolutely. Then the 38th term is nothing but 30D. We can write it as 3 into 10D. And what is this 10D? Nothing but the T18. Then that is 3 times the 18th term. So the 38th term, 38th term is 3 times the 18th term. 18th term. Hence proved. Okay. Let us move on to another example uh, in a new page. Here I give an example of, like, the first term is 6 and the common difference is 2. So 6 comma 8 comma 10 comma 12 comma 14 comma and so on. So in this AP, the first term is 6, and that is A. And the common difference B is nothing but a term, pick a term, any term like 14, and you subtract the previous term, that is 12. That is 14 minus 12. I need not write that, so it is 2. Well, if there are there are 120 terms 120 terms in the AP. If there are 120 terms in the AP, then the last term will be L, which is A plus n minus 1 into D, which will be nothing but A plus 119D. Here A is what? 6 plus 119 into 2, because D is 2. So 6 plus 238, and that is 244. That is 244. So the last term of this AP is 244 if there are 120 terms in the AP. And how to find out the sum of the first 10 terms of the AP? That is nothing but S10, which is given by the formula Sn, A n by 2, n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. That is nothing but we find out S10. So if we find out S10, so n is 10 over here, and 2a. What was a over here? Here a was 6 and the common difference was 2. So 2 into 6 plus, here the n minus 1 will be 9 into d. D is 2. So this becomes 5 into 12 plus 18, that is 5 into 30, that is 150. So the last term was, what was the last term? 244 if there are 120 terms in the AP, and the sum of the 10 terms of the AP is 150. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let's call it a day.